to address something out here. This really, it's got me kind of heated this morning. What has me heated this morning is like the overwhelming liberalism and white privilege of white people here in Seattle that want to tell black media that's built their media with their hands, scrape their hands, who we should and should not cover. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about this Andre Taylor thing. People know me and they know Andre Taylor. Me and Andre Taylor don't agree on almost anything. And, you know, it comes together all together. But our black community, our people in our community want to hear from Andre Taylor. And I think it's the ultimate of white privilege here in this city for white people to sit here and be like, well, why are you giving Andre a platform? Because black people on Union, on Jackson, on Henderson, on Othello, on Cherry, they want to hear from him. And so it's like, man, Seattle's crazy like that. It's crazy that the white community is so privileged that they'll tell black media who we should interview and who we cannot interview. We didn't build Converge for your community. We built it for our community. Just like Chris B. Bennett over there at the media, just like Fitzgerald Beaver, rest in peace, at the Facts newspaper, so we can report on issues for our people in our community. And this is Seattle for you. You know what I'm saying? It's liberalism gone over the cliff. It's white privilege gone over the cliff. The audacity to tell black media owners who we can report on for when people who our community is able to hear from or not hear from. Man, I'm hot this morning, Trey.
Oh, man. Oh, that is way too much. And honestly, once again, we keep on hearing the variety of voices. This is what happens with the explosion of the internet. A lot of people that are outside of the community talking on issues that they have no real clue about. And unfortunately, you are so right. This media is not all about
I'm not having it. It's not about you.
Right.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
It's not about you. This is black media for our black community in our black neighborhood in Seattle. And if the rest of Seattle and beyond can benefit from it, that's fantastic. That means we're doing a good job. But you know, all this white privilege over here, this extreme white liberalism, that you can sit somewhere, maybe in a different neighborhood in Magnolia or wherever you might be. I know I'm always saying Magnolia, wherever you might be, and dictate the news that black people deserve to hear. Man, it's preposterous. And I'll tell you this, there absolutely is no other media platform here in the Pacific Northwest that creates more unique video content for black people than Converge. You know what I'm saying? For every single black protest that's been there. You see me on Capitol Hill with an iPhone. The black protest, three camera setup for 8 hours. There's nobody who's elevated more black voices on video than us. There's no people that's elevated more black elders than us. And to be honest with you, it's funny because the white liberals are sitting there in their privilege trying to tell me who I can report on and who I can't. But man, I don't hear nothing when you talk about black organizations. Nikita Oliver ain't got no problem who I interview. White King ain't got no problem who I interview. Ain't nobody from King County Equity now got a problem with who I interview. So what makes you an authority sitting somewhere who you don't operate in our community to sit here and talk about who Converge can talk to and can't talk to?
Well, you know what? Also, too, you hit the nail on the head earlier by saying the black community wants to hear from Andre Taylor, period, point blank. It doesn't matter what other people have a concern about. Honestly, people do want to understand how he's utilizing this platform, this new position, what he's doing with the mayor. I mean, technically, historically speaking, there's always been these issues between community and city officials. So to see someone from the community trying to represent as a street czar, it's a new thing. Of course, the community wants to hear about this. And so you're absolutely right to be this upset this morning. I'm sorry it's got you like that.
No, I mean, I'm saying it's heated because this is something that's been going on. It's been going on. And it's funny because it's never no black people who's hitting me. There's never no black people. If anything, all the black people been hitting me like, man, you slow on the story. You the only person that ain't talked to Andre. We want to know about it. You know what I'm saying? Our black community, who we represent. This was built in the Central District. And you know what's crazy, Triana, is I interviewed Andre Taylor for the first time 5 years ago. So all you new booties who's out there on the scene because of protest and everything else, and now you're following things. 5 years ago, I was the first time I interviewed Andre Taylor. And all you new people out there think it's the Protest Network. Nah, this is the Black Communities Video Network for the Central District and South End of Seattle. We happen to be covering the protests right now, but we cover what's important for Black people in our community. You got a problem with that? Come see me on Union. Come see me on Jackson. Come see me on Yesler. Come see me on Henderson, Othello, Garfield High School, Rainier Beach High School, Franklin High School. Because if you don't register in our community, I'm honest with you, you don't register at all.
Oh man, fired up this morning indeed, and actually rightfully so. I understand your sentiments wholeheartedly and concur.
Man, I'm telling you, Trey, it's the wrong day. So yeah, dear super white privileged over the top liberal white person, please stop. Go find you another network, because you know what? We are going to report on what Black people in our neighborhood want to hear. Your privilege does not extend to Converge. Your privilege does not extend to telling Black people what news they deserve to hear and don't hear. So you know exactly where you can take that privilege, because it ain't welcome here. Let me get right into it.
Wait, let me say too, that the thing is that you also said earlier that this news resonates with so many people. So, hey, if it's not resonating with you, fine. You can go find your news elsewhere. But the idea is that there's a real heartbeat center of all of this, and that is the Black community, period, point blank. And it's resonating with so many, as we always give thanks to so many in Portland, beyond UK, all these places that are outside of the CD, because our news resonates with the people. So our product is good, man. And at the end of the day, we give that platform to everybody on all sides. We want to hear from all sides all the time. And this one in particular is very much a fabric of the Black community. And we definitely wanted to hear from Andre. So I'm glad that you sat down with him, man.
Man, exactly. And Andre, people who know me know Andre Taylor's somebody I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? I haven't agreed with a lot of Andre Taylor stuff for years. But you know what? This is a news platform that provides culturally relevant information for our community. This is what our community wants. We're Black. If you guys haven't noticed, we're Black people. We're from the Central District of Seattle. We went to James A. Garfield High School, and we're going to continue to report on news and information that's important for Black people in our community. We was doing that before these protests. We'll be doing that after these protests. So like I said, take your white privilege and your ultra liberal. These are the same liberals that be out there. These are the same people that voted for Obama. They got Michelle's book, you know what I'm saying, at their library, but then they pass these policies that totally work against Black people's favor. I know these kind of people. These are the kind of people that they're so liberal that they don't think us Black people can make up our own minds for ourselves. So they got to do it. Well, you know, I voted for Barack. My wife, you know, she went down there with her girlfriends and saw Michelle at the Tacoma Dome. But then they'll go there and they'll look at a resume and turn down the resume because of the spelling of the name. So it's like, come on, man, I'm sick of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm pushed too far this morning.
I know, clearly. I appreciate you putting it out there, because the people need to hear this from you too, and actually understand the heartbeat of where you come from. So thank you for sharing.
As they say, man, CD or see me. Exactly.